Yeah, I know how to bounce back, cause you know I got her. And she look good, don't she? On top of that, she good for me. Made me wanna say, even though I got plenty, if I'm down to my last penny, I still got her. I still got her. I still got her. Hey, you must be new in here. You see these grown people talking, what you doing here? I gotta have a mind and hit you with a stitch you, get up off the wall, go on, get it moving here. Yeah, I'm just catching the vibe. I told the valet, take your time, it might get a ride. I'm floating through the front door, my modest attire. And good Lord, mama, you know you looking divine. I had to turn around, double take a look at that. Girl, you got good taste, where you cook it at? You can mingle with the cool kids. I'm out here sweating like a preacher in a pool pit. Even when I'm down bad, I know how to bounce back. I know I got her, and she look good, don't she? On top of that, she good for me. Made me wanna say, and even though I got plenty, if I'm down to my last penny, I still got her. I know I got her. I know I got her. Even when I'm down bad, yeah, I know how to bounce back, cause you know I got her. And she look good, don't she? On top of that, she good for me. Made me wanna say, even though I got plenty, if I'm down to my last penny, I still got her. I still got her. I still got her.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Las Vegas, Nevada. Today, boy, what a matchup. Two NFL franchises with so much history, so much tradition, getting set to do battle here, as it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. 2 weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. Amir Abdullah going to take it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
Here we go.
Right away, here's Garoppolo to throw it. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. A first carry for the all-pro running back, it's Josh Jacobs. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. From the gun on 3rd, Garoppolo. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. So on 4th down, here's A.J. Cole to punt for the Raiders. Back deep, Patrick Peterson. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Pickett leads the Steelers up here with a fresh set of downs at their own 27. Now the 3rd-year man, Najee Harris. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up. You look at this Raiders defense, and they've shown the ability to play tough against the pass, currently ranked number 9 in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Off play action. Pickett. Open man. There's Darnell Washington. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 32-yard line. A good pickup there, a 22.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Divine Diablo there to make the stop. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Pickett. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 and the 19. Max Crosby blowing up the play and getting the sack.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Pickett lost it, and he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
So Pickett is off to the sideline, and Chris Boswell is on for the Steeler field goal try. This will be just a 21-yard attempt. Boswell's kick is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Here's Abdullah from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And a 3 and out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out a little extra emotion. So now they'll get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
Now they go screen. It's complete. The first down screen pass, good for 5. The Raiders are 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
On second down, Jacobs. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. That will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
In motion left goes Myers. They'll get it forward to him on the touch pass. Room to maneuver at the 35. And he's going to take this all the way down to the Steelers' 10-yard line. It's a gain of 35. So that one just a little touch pass, but it paid off quite handsomely.
Yeah, and let's face it, the quarterback loves it because it pads his stats as a completed pass for nice yardage downfield. But I like the way they get the receiver in motion. It's almost like he's running a route before he gets the football because he's got a full head of steam when the ball is popped in his direction.
Nothing after one on EA Sports. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. One more time with Jacobs. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Garoppolo now. Touchdown! Josh Jacobs, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Raiders have taken the lead. Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Harris going to get it again on 2nd down. And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. Pickett, he'll look to throw it. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. On 4th down, here's Presley Harvin on to punt. Here comes Abdullah on the return. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partners, a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Now Garoppolo on the bootleg. They swing that out wide to Jacobs. They wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
Jacobs going to try the middle. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. Caught on the right side by Adams. And he is going to have the Raiders 1st down. He needed 5. He got it barely, as it will officially go down as a gain of 5 yards. Okay, so now the question, how did he get that wide open?
Well, we both know that he shouldn't, because from the time they handed out scouting reports before this game, he was circled, starred, everything. Find him, cover him. But sometimes you can scheme a guy open. You put the receivers in a bunch. Maybe you move some motion. Maybe you put them on the backside of a formation, and all of a sudden you've got a better matchup. Every now and then, the offensive guys, they figure a way to get him open, even with everyone keeping eyes on him.
And that's certainly a guy they want to keep trying to scheme open. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Once again, it's Jacobs. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
From the 7, it's 2nd and 5. To throw is Garoppolo. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
So 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive, and now they face a 3rd and 3 here. They'll bring Renfro in motion right. They'll fake the jet sweep there. Instead, hand to Jacobs up the middle. And this won't be enough. Stopped a yard short after a gain of 3. 4th down.
If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks, and actually slip them and make a tackle on that play. That's big time.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. Line of scrimmage, the 2. They can still get a first down if they just get a yard out of this on 4th and very short. They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo. Now he's got it. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. Jacobs. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. On the sneak is Garoppolo. And he is over the line for another rushing touchdown.
Is he a quarterback or is he a tailback?
Jimmy Garoppolo with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Raiders are able to widen their advantage. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Now a 2nd and 10. Pickett back to throw. Pass complete. George Pickens with it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. First down now, but that clock rolling. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That's caught inside the 20. Better than a 30-yard gain as we wind down towards 30 seconds left in the quarter. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. Boswell's kick is good. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Steelers going to get the football first here, trailing on the scoreboard as we are back underway on EA Sports. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
Looking to throw, Pickett. And these guys target Harris. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Boy, a lot of moving parts on this play, but what a nice design to leak the running back out to the left and send him down the field. And a good job spotting him and hitting him for a big play.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There was a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
2nd and 10. Here's Pickett. Finds Pickens out right. And he's got this down to the 35. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off. But a nice game there for a first down.
Marcus Peters up to make the tackle.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
I think he had to pull that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Setting up the screen, Harris. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
The key to any screen play is all in the deception. That means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
Now whistles and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it. They run for it with Harris. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw, Pickett. Powers through it. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Here's Pickett on 2nd down. And that's incomplete.
We've got to give out a little applause on that play. It has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
From the gun, here's Pickett. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
On that snap, he's the hero of his defense after the play he just made. A one-possession game, and his hit kept it exactly that.
Boswell's kick is good, and that'll get the lead down to 5. So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. On first down, Garoppolo. And this is incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Garoppolo to try again on second down. He'll get this underneath to Jacobs. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Forced out to his left. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down. Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll kick it away for the second time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. "43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gas,
yeah,
right?
A little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting upfield, only giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
First down, and they go back to Harris. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Here's a 2nd and 8. Now Pickett. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 42-yard line. Harris running straight ahead, and very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
And we're at the 41, 2nd and 9. They'll send Austin in motion right. And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. Boswell's kick is good, and that will cut the lead down to just 2. It can be a thankless job sometimes to be a kicker, but they're thanking him right now. That's now 4 field goals. He's kept him in the game.
He sure has. That offense has got to find its rhythm, because I'm not sure that just kicking field goals is going to allow them to win this game.
And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now, as they come up on 2nd and a couple. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 69 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
I know we're in the era of wide-open football, a lot of spread formations, more space. But there's still a spot for power football. We just saw some of it right there. How about that run?
Yeah, breaking the tackle. And, you know, late in this game, he wants the football in his hands. He's had a good day. Jet sweep. Garoppolo taps it forward. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
Las Vegas paid a steep price to acquire Adams from Green Bay last offseason, and yet they got their money's worth from him in 2022. NFL best 14 receiving touchdowns, over 1,500 yards, and a well-deserved 3rd straight All-Pro selection.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Last standing that time from Keanu Benton. Got in there and hit him for a loss. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. That's Mayer, the tight end. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. Right there, he rose to the occasion late in a close game.
It's something he thought about, dreamed about, and worked on throughout his career. Because in these types of situations, he wasn't going to allow extra coverage to keep him from getting the football.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. They will run the draw with Jacobs. And it's not going to be enough here. A gain of 4, about 2 feet short of the marker, 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go forward, get the first down, close it out.
So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the first quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. Here's 2nd and 10. Pickett. Eluding the pressure right. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the 1st down, and don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
Throwing on 3rd down. Here's Pickett. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A 1st down and then some. Give them 29 yards.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
At this point in the 2nd half, one mistake on a forced throw could doom your chances of a comeback. So that's the right call there to just throw that one away.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. Down the left sideline. And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down at the 2. So close. 112 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Harris will score. Touchdown, Steelers.
And this is the time of game where offensive lines can really dictate a team's fortunes. It's been a tough battle. They've been out there for a long time. But this was a question of who can wear down who. And that's excellent work to put a long drive together and finish it with a touchdown run to take the lead.
That's caught. And he'll get into the end zone. So now a field goal would only tie as they up their lead to 3. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Here's Abdullah from his end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
After the sack, here's 2nd and 11. Here's Garoppolo to throw. Gets it downfield to Mayer. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 34 yards that time.
Let's just call it, as we just saw it right there, a breakdown defensively. Seems like no one went with the tight end, and no one really did. Had all sorts of space in the middle of the field. Yeah, everyone else was covered, but he was not. Big play results.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense, rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
It'll go down as a gain of 6. And now that sets up 3rd and 2.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
The killer here, it's complete. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. 1st and 10 here. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. With that last effort, he topples the 5,000-yard mark for his career.
And that doesn't place you among the absolute greats that have ever played the game, but it's a significant achievement and a very, very solid career.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now 2nd and 4. Here's Jacobs from the gun and tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. If you've been waiting all day for this Sunday nighter's been worth the wait. It's 3rd down here. Now a run with a fullback Johnson. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
Well, big man with ball meant bigger man on the other side of the line. A really nice play for the defense.
Here it is, 4th and inches. Garoppolo, quarterback sneak. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first.
We just totally get the sense there that a field goal was not in the game plan at all.
And the boys up front, they created the surge. I think they knew that they had the leverage advantage.
Oh, that's a great point there. Being able to get lower than the defensive front, create just enough space. And I love when those quarterbacks get low and slide in there and get it done.
Here we go, 1st and goal. Here's Jacobs. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. Jet sweep. Garoppolo taps it forward. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. Now they get the timeout. It leads you to wonder, will they kick it here or risk running another play and possibly not getting down in time? We'll see. This is 3rd and goal. And this is going to depend on his spot, but I believe he might be a few inches short. And they will get the timeout. So 3 seconds remaining, and they can trot out the field goal unit and try to send this one to overtime. Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. One final try now for Garoppolo. That's to his running back, complete. Touchdown, Raiders! Well, you really can't ask for much more than what we just had here. Not only a close game that went down to the wire, Charles, but a clean one, too. No turnovers in this contest.
I think you're exactly right about that. To me, this is just a pair of offenses trying to find the slightest bit of separation from each other. And they were both hoping that the other side would make the big mistake first. But today, neither side made that mistake. And what we got, a very entertaining game throughout.
So for Las Vegas, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
On top of that, she good for me. Made me wanna say, even though I got plenty, if I'm down to my last penny, I still gotta back up, cause it's on this old train line, I'ma get it done. Now I got the party jumping like it's double dutch. Then we spun the block, came back, double up like, ooh, I got a, yeah, met her uptown, but she from the borough, better known as the boogie down. All sucky now, get up out the kitchen, man, I'm cooking now. Brother man, slip me skin, sock it to me, and they gotta shut their mouth when they talking to me. I look around, it's a whole lot of fraction mamas, but I hit the highs, man, don't want the drama. Hey, peace and love, baby, keep it groovy. Every time we pop out, you know it's a movie. If I'm in hot water, then it's a jacuzzi. I gotta shake, so I'm throwing deuces. I gotta, even when I'm down bad, yeah, I know how to bounce back, cause you know I gotta, and she look good, don't she? On top of that, she good for me. Made me wanna say, even though I got plenty, if I'm down to my last penny, I still gotta, I still gotta. What you doing here? I gotta have a mind to hit you with a gun. Could you get up off the wall? Go on, get it moving here. Yeah, I'm just catching the vibe. I told the valet, take your time, it might get a ride. I'm floating through the front door, my modest attire. And good Lord, mama, you know you looking divine. I had to turn around, double take a look at that. Girl, you got good taste, where you cook it at? You can mingle with the cool kids. I'm out here sweating like a preacher in the pulpit. Even when I'm down bad, I know how to bounce back. I know I got her, and she look good, don't she? On top of that, she good for me. Made me wanna say,
and even though I got plenty, if I'm down to my last penny, I still got her. I know I got her.
I know I got her. Even when I'm down bad, yeah, I know how to bounce back. Cause you know I got her, and she look good, don't she? On top of that, she good for me. Made me wanna say, even though I got plenty, if I'm down to my last penny, I still got her. I still got her. I still got her. On top of that, she good for me. Made me wanna say, even though I got plenty, if I'm down to my last penny, I still got her. I still got her. I still got her.
Back up, cause it's on this old train line, I'ma get it done. Now I got the party jumping like it's double dutch. Then we spun the block, came back, double up like, ooh, I got her. And yeah, met her uptown, but she from the borough, better known as the boogie down. All sucky now, get up out the kitchen, man, I'm cooking now. Brother man, slip me skin, suck it to me. And they gotta shut their mouth when they talking to me. I look around, it's a whole lot of flirting mamas, but I hit the highs, man, don't want the drama. Hey, peace and love, baby, keep it groovy. Every time we pop out, you know it's a movie. If I'm in hot water, then it's a jacuzzi. I gotta shake, so I'm throwing deuces. I gotta, even when I'm down bad, yeah, I know how to bounce back. Cause you know I got her, and she look good, don't she? On top of that, she good for me.